Today I'm going to show you a couple features of Gmail that I use to keep my email organized and a little streamlined. So when I come into my inbox, it's not too overwhelming. The first feature that I use is the label feature. So you can see over here on the left-hand side, I have several labels based on category. I also have some sub-labels. So for example, I have an integrator stuff label, but within integrator stuff, I have Edmodo, Interactive Achievement, etc. So when emails come in about those particular topics, I can tag them. So the way to create a label is when you're on the left-hand side over here in Gmail is to click on More, and then scroll down and create new label right here. So for example, maybe I want to create an elementary topics label underneath the integrator. So anytime something comes in that's only pertinent to elementary, I could give it this label. So I don't want it to just be its own label, I want it to be nested underneath integrator stuff. So I'm going to click integrator stuff and create. And now since I chose nest underneath integrator stuff, if I expand it, here's elementary topics. And you can see I have mine in color order and I have the subtopics all the same color. So I'm going to apply the same color to this one. So I found the colors by clicking on the little triangle when I hover over here and then label color. And you can add custom colors as well. So now there it is, it's the same color as everything else. To apply a label, there's a couple ways you can do that. So if you're in your inbox and you know that this email, for example, it's for this project team, but it's also an elementary topic, I can come over to the left-hand side, click and drag elementary topics, and then drop it there. If you're in an email, for example, I know this one's for Ettrick. As I'm reading the email, I can click and drag and drop it right up here next to inbox. If you accidentally apply a label, you can click on the little X and it will disappear. But I want to keep that one for Ettrick. The advantage of applying labels is when I have dealt with something. So the only things I keep in my inbox are things that I haven't addressed yet. Once I address something, I archive it. So I can click on an email to select it. And then by clicking on this button right here, I can archive it. And that dumps it into a previously read file of all my mail, which can be a little bit overwhelming. But because I have labels on it, I can come over here, for example, and click on Providence. All my emails about Providence will come up. So that's one way that you can filter your email. Another way is by using the search bar up here. So I can either search for and all the correspondences involving that email come up. But sometimes that's a little tricky because it's not just direct emails between you and that person, it's anyone who is involved on that one. So sometimes you might want to use the advanced search feature. That's done by, if you are on the search bar, clicking on this little triangle here, and I can search for emails only from that person. And I can search for the date, any subjects or keywords I remember, if I know if it's in a certain folder. So it really allows you to be specific and purposeful in your searching. The last thing, if you want to manage your labels, you come back down here and click More, and then click on Manage Labels. So if I come down here, here are all my created labels. This is if I want to hide a label. So if I want to have it, but I don't want it showing up over here on my side. If I want to remove the label or edit the label in some way, for example, what it's nested under or what its name is. And you can also additionally create new labels here. So those are just a couple of ideas of how you can organize your email. If this interested you and you would like to know more, I'd be happy to meet with you.